How's it going, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the most highly critical acclaimed FX shows that have been around for a few years, about 4 years. Season 4 premieres in March, and this is a fantastic show, man. It is. I love FX shows. I mean, from Sons of Anarchy to even the earlier years of American Horror Story. Their budget and set designs and the acting and the actors they get are so brilliant. The dialogue also, there's some mediocre things sometimes with Sons of Anarchy later in the years, but this show itself has an amazing start, honestly. Of course, I'm talking about The Americans. Season 1, this is going to be a non-spoiler review and spoiler review. I'm going to do my non-spoiler first, and I'm going to get into detail about spoilers. But I'll tell you when spoilers happen. Here's my non-spoiler review. Right now, just going to tell you the story real quick, or at least how I remember the story. It took me over 4 months to finish Season 1. No, don't get me wrong, 4 months? Really? You were... No, I was busy. My library has The Americans on DVD and Blu-ray, and I rented it on Blu-ray. I don't know if your public library, has a DVD Blu-ray section. Maybe they do. Maybe that's what libraries are doing nowadays. I guess they do that. But recently, a few years ago, they have Mad Max and everything. They have action movies and everything. I'm like, I guess this is what happens after Blockbuster finishes. They have movies at a library, and then they have The Americans, man. And I got it September, October, or something around there. I started watching it, and then I just pushed it away because a lot of stuff come on for me, man. So I'm busy, and it's a library, so I just pushed it away. I renewed it. I put it back in. I came back, got it again. So it took me over 4 months. I finished it a few weeks ago, and you could finish it within a few days. It's a binge watch show. You could literally that's like The Strain. You could binge watch it, man. It's just a binge watch show. I don't like waiting week after week for FX shows. I like to watch it when it's all done. And that's what The Americans is, man. It's easily watchable. It's fun. It's exciting. But it's very political. It's not a show for 10-year-olds because they're going to be bored out of their minds unless they're really political and spy stuff. Because, some people are going to be other people will be like, all right, let's do this, man. All right, Philip, Elizabeth, they're two couples that live in America. They actually work for the motherland, KGB. I like saying KGB like that. And I'm really interested in the KGB sort of motherland Russia essence, because it was a real scare back in the 80s or 70s. I don't pay attention to history, honestly, but it was a big scare, the communists or whatever, when they were invading our land and everything. And this is Philip and Elizabeth. They have 2 kids, a daughter, Elizabeth. No, I'm sorry, not Elizabeth. That's the wife. Paige and Henry. There's Paige and Henry, the son. Paige is played by Holly Taylor. I have a crush on her. Come on, she's beautiful. And Henry as well. So they're the 2 kids, and they don't even know their parents are KGB. They're just our mom and dad, who are weird, who never really talk to us, and they're like, Paige, Henry, get ready for school, and then they barely see them, basically. But we have our next door neighbors, who's Stan and his wife and his kid, and I think his 2 kids he's an FBI agent. So, the coincidence of that, and, we got to become friends with the FBI, we could get inner intel, and then you have other people, Nina, and there's just other people who, Nina's part of the KGB, and then she's the mole, or she talks to Stan for FBI information. There's a bunch of moles. There's a KGB person going for FBI person going for KGB. It's a bunch of different mix-ups, man. But it is a very fun show. The way it's directed, the way it's written, the acting, it's all well done. And, I like this show, man. And not every episode has to be action. Sure, there's always an action scene, most likely, in every episode, but it never has to be guns blazing, blood blowing. There's no really... It doesn't have to be like that. It keeps it to a minimum of a realistic sense, especially when they go into disguise. Elizabeth and Philip, they go into disguise. Philip plays this guy named Clark, and I love his disguises. He goes, I remember in one of the first episodes, this ain't really a huge spoiler, this guy hits on Paige, or whatever, and he dresses up his long hair and everything, and he goes to his backyard, the guy's barbecuing, and he hits the guy and everything, and he's like, don't be a pervert, which like I remember that. It's like the first episode or second episode. I was like, ooh, Philip going hard on him, man. I mean, literally, Philip went in and he's just like, don't mess with my daughter, or whatever. Don't mess with a girl. I remember that, man. It was like at the mall. They were at the mall or something. You can't even go to the mall without having a man, hit on your daughter, man. It's crazy. So it's just the world, the period piece of the 80s and 70s, whatever era they're in. I think it's the 80s, but I thought it was the 60s, or it's the 60s. What era is it in? I don't remember. 60s, 70s, or 80s. And just the way that it's done, the way it's filmed, all that, it is a very fun show. So if you have not seen this show, it took me almost 4 years to start on the show, and I really wish I started when I remember watching Sons of Anarchy 4 years ago, and they showed the Americans promo. I was like, damn, that looks awesome. I believe I saw the first episode, but then I remember seeing an episode of the first season, and I had other things. I really couldn't get into it. But I mean, I was 4 years younger. I'm 4 years older now. I'm going to be 18, and like my brain's more like, all right, I'm open to more things. Bring it on. So The Americans, that's my non-spoiler review. It is a B, guys, or a B+, whatever. I give it a B+ for sure. It is a good show, man. It has great moments to it. It has great writing, great action. There are a few bumps in the road. There's a few slow moments. There's, some continuity errors, I feel, sometimes, but just minor, little continuity errors. And then there's always back and forth sort of things going on where it's sort of that almost same storyline. Not all the time, don't get me wrong. It did take me 4 months to watch, so I remember bits and pieces. I don't remember every single damn episode, mind you. But that is my non-spoiler review. Now let's get on to the spoiler review. So thank you for those who just wanted to see non-spoiler. Americans is awesome. On to the spoiler reviews. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more TV show reviews, those who are about to leave. And, if you want to. And Americans, baby. I'll be reviewing Season 2 and Season 3 and Season 4 weekly for Season 4. Now, on to spoilers. Season 2. We're not talking about Season 2 yet, but I do have it. Like, library. It's a library. And, I do plan on buying the American Season 1, Season 2. I plan on buying them. I do. It's just such a fun show, man. Such a fun show. I've had Season 2 for 3 weeks, and I haven't even watched one single episode. That's how busy I am. So you kind of get why I may have to turn that in, and it may take another 4 months to watch Season 2. I gotta get to it, man. I got to. I know, I'm taking forever. So, let's get on. I'm just going to do my old handy-dandy page. I'm not going to try to edit and cut and all that stuff. So, first off, the acting, like I said, everyone's awesome in here. I really enjoy Philip, man, the actor Matthew Rice, man, who plays him. He's a very fun guy. I won't tell people I said this, man, but I don't know why. I'm not, I'm straight as an arrow, man, but I don't know why. I just have a man crush on Matthew Rice, man. Is that okay? Is that okay to have a man crush on Philip, man? He's very interesting to me, man. I don't know. Something about him. He's a really cool guy. Just a man crush where I'd be like, that's a guy I want to have a beer with, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's that fun person. Carrie Russell, dude, who plays Elizabeth. Very beautiful. I loved her in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. She's a good actress, man. She is. I like her character a lot. She's very, like, for the motherland. And Philip's like, well, maybe we should just live in America. Let's just drop this. But then Philip's always hardcore, like with a silencer and everything, and he wants to get the job done. And then he's like, let's stay in America. Let's just be a family, sort of thing. So like, let's not go back to the motherland, and like, we have to do this. That back and forth marriage thing. They do have marriage problems. Paige, played by Holly Taylor. Did I get that right? Holly Taylor. I said it earlier. Very beautiful young actress, man. She's really, really good for her first TV show, man. And I think this is the only TV show she's been in so far. I hope she gets more. I mean, she will get more work from this, man. She has, I know from my understanding, she has a bigger role in the upcoming season, man, where Paige is maybe a KGB agent, maybe not. I don't know where we're going with this, man. But I know that her character's growing bigger and bigger, and she's getting older, and I mean, that's really awesome how we see Paige evolve over the years. I don't think we've been seeing Henry. I remember seeing the first episode of Season 3. Henry seems like the same old Henry. I'm not trying to diss Henry or anything, but I haven't seen much growth of him. We'll see with Season 2, Season 3. But Paige is an awesome character. She's my favorite out of the kid. I mean, Henry's sort of to the side, but Paige she's beautiful. She's smart. Well, other than not knowing her parents are KGB until the end when she saw, like, whatever she saw of the KGB stuff, like the wigs and all that. She'll probably question her mom or dad when they get back. The ending of the season, of course. I didn't like the finale. I honestly was kind of disappointed with the finale, but the ending of the season, the way that they ended up ending it with Paige seeing whatever she saw. I don't think they actually zoomed in what she saw, but she saw the secret stash, the wigs, the money, the cash, KGB stuff, their fake IDs. I'm pretty sure she saw all that. The action in here. This ain't an action-packed show. They do have action in here. There's hand combat. There's a few gun stuff going on. It is bloody. I mean, there's bullets and there's blood, but I mean, Narcos is even a more bloodier show than this, but I will say the action in here is fun. It's not boring. I mean, every action scene really keeps you on the edge of your seat sometimes, especially with Stan, or when it's the chase scene. There are a few chase scenes in here. The dialogue, and even the dialogue with the subtitles. I love reading subtitles for some reason, and I hope this isn't offensive to Russians or anything like that, but when I just love when I read the subtitles. I read it in a voice like this, almost like a Russian voice, and I do that, and I pretend I'm the character. Nina, you do not have to suck his dick, you know what I mean, like doing all that stuff, and I like Nina's talking, and also Stan and Nina as well. Their scenes are very intense and private and personal, sort of, where I love the actor Noah Emmerich, did I get his name right? The man who plays Stan. He's a very fantastic actor, man. He really brings the show up, because I remember seeing him in The Walking Dead season 1. He's in one episode, he blows up. This season, man, I mean, this show, he's really, really big star, and I like that about that. The character Martha as well, she's a really interesting character. She's really, really, how do I say that about her? She's really different and really, I don't know what to say about Martha. I like her character, but then I don't like her character, and then she's really smart, and then she's like, I mean, with that one time when Elizabeth beats her up, like, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, and then like she's all swollen and everything, like that was really good makeup and prosthetics. And I mean, Martha's character, she's on Philip and Elizabeth's side, even though she goes against them sometimes, but she is naturally on their side by the end of the season. Let me tell you, the sex scenes in here, they go hard, bro. I mean, the sex scenes, you have Philip going full strength on Martha, dude. I mean, the bed's rocking, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, I had to lower down my TV. I'm like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea of what I'm watching. That's not happening on my TV. That's on the phone, baby. So you gotta, like, stay off that, man. I mean, seriously. He's going hard. It's going ham up on there, man. Seriously. And also, Elizabeth goes hard in this show. Elizabeth is always, like, more of the man in the relationship. I hate to say that about Philip. Philip is intense, but Elizabeth is always, like, and especially when they split during the show, and Philip has to live in a motel, shitty motel, and, Elizabeth is, like, the kids are like, oh, God. And then they like, Daddy. And he's like, hey, kids. And then, like, 5 minutes later, hey, guys, I'm going to have to go. Like, what's the point of, hey, you want me to watch the hockey game? Oh, Elizabeth needs me? Yeah? Oh, blah, blah, blah. All right, kids, I gotta go. Like, really? You're not even a dad. You don't even, like, you don't even, like, be with your kids for a little bit, man. So, Elizabeth does go hard in this show, man. Martha and Clark, when they got married and their relationship and they're in the disguise and how she's fooling Martha, and especially when she has Martha, like, try to get, like, the pin inside the guy's room and all that, like, just going and all that stuff. I really do like Clark. I mean, it really, from Philip to Clark, and when the FBI caught him, or Amador caught him, dude, that was, I really was like, why are you talking to Martha? And then he ended up killing Amador. Amador ended up dying. That was a really emotional scene as well. It's sad that he had to die that way. Stan, like I said, Stan's amazing. The disguise is Stan's wife. There's a scene where Stan's wife yells at Stan. It's one of the most intense, emotional, riveting scenes out of the whole season. I mean, literally, when she's like, I've had enough of you. I mean, she goes hard, and you believe it. You hear it in her voice how she's tired to Stan. I literally, at that moment, I don't know who the actress's name, but I was like, this girl deserves she deserves a Golden Globe or something for that freaking performance she did in that one scene. She was beautiful and they're fantastic. I was like, holy crap, she stole the show, that one scene, dude, really. And also, like I said, flashbacks in here. The flashbacks are interesting, the way that they're dressed. I mean, Philip kind of looks the same when they jump back 10 years later, and he looks the same. Like he's even older in the flashbacks. That's kind of like a con sort of thing. But the subtitles and also the period piece and how it looks like I said, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s sort of theme. It's the 80s, isn't it? I'm sorry if I'm saying 60s, but it feels like it's a 60s piece in a sort of way, doesn't it? In a sort of sense. Those are the pros. Now to the cons, man. it's not, they're not good parents. They never show much of them. Like, I'm not saying, like, I mean, it's a show, but you never see them really, they hang out and then it's like back to KGB work. Like, you never see them go and do stuff. I wish they could show more of it on the TV, like they're hanging out, like a whole episode dedicated to them hanging out sort of thing, how they are as parents. As well as there's not much Paige and Henry. I want to see a little bit more Paige, man. I want to see a little bit more Henry, them talking, them doing things, man. I want to see them interact with other people, other teenagers, and other than just Stan's kid who's like, hey, Paige. Like, you know that long hair guy? It's just like, hey, I have a band. Like, it's like, okay, he has a band. The girl comes in, she's like an awesome guitarist or something, or singer, and Paige is just like, I'm like 4 years younger than them. I mean, Paige has a little crush, and then Henry's sort of, I don't know what Henry was up to, man. Henry's just sort of there, and what did Henry do? I'm sorry, I'm nothing bad about Henry, man, but what did he do this season, honestly? I don't remember him doing nothing major. He was just there. I don't remember. I'm sorry. As well, I didn't like the last episode. Like, it was good, but I mean, it's nothing like really that shocking of an episode where it's like, holy crap, that's the best thing ever in the world, the finale. I really expected the season to end on a high note, like a big whoa. It just kind of was like a little chase, like, oh, I gotta go save Elizabeth or something, like that sort of race. But it never was really climactic. Overall, I'm going to end up giving the American Season 1 an 8.5 out of a 10. I thought it was a really good Season 1, man. It really was a good start to the characters that will be around for the next few years. And, I mean, happily, we had Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4. So I'll be seeing you guys for the Season 2 review and Season 3 review. And then I'll be doing weekly reviews for Season 4. Thanks again. And, a very fun show, man. Very good show. If you have not seen it and I just spoiled everything for you, then shame on you. Go see the show right now. Again, I love you, Paige. And I love you, Elizabeth, man. I love all of you. Philip do too. I mean, I love you. I love the whole, what is that, Elizabeth Philip Jennings? Is that their name? Jennings family? I love. Rock on, baby. KGB. Not real life. I mean, if you're into that. Hey, you're a spy. I mean, I think they make spies look cool, man. If I was like, I'd probably be KGB back in the 80s or something. I'm sorry I say that, but I'm like, it looks, I mean, it's pretty intense, I guess, in real life, but it looked fun for what they do. I'm like, actually, being a KGB agent's not that hard, man. I mean, killing is not that, I wouldn't do that, but, that's for another video, guys. Thanks again. Hopefully you enjoyed. You like the channel. You like my reviews. I review a lot of shows. I don't know if you can tell. This is just like a little taste of what I do. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be seeing you guys for more. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.